award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by this guy, John DeSando, who we all know and love. Listen to the show and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Crystal Davis.
And this is It's Movie Time.
It is It's Movie Time.
Okay, Crystal. Last night we saw the preview of Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
Yes.
Do I have that right?
Yes, you do.
All right.
It was quite entertaining.
Tell me why.
Well, it was, there was a lot of unexpectedness. The action, I thought, was fantastic. But also a bit raunchy, more raunchy than I expected at times.
Yep.
But overall, I really liked it.
Yeah, and you know, I enjoyed it too. And, you know, although we're snobby film critics, in the end, that's what people think when they see our reserved seat in the audience. In the end, we like to enjoy a good, silly movie.
We do.
And that is an enjoyable, silly movie. It's a takeoff on all the spy thrillers, most notably James Bond.
Definitely. And it is over the top, but you know, you come to expect that in the spy genres, things that can't actually, there's no way they can survive, but yet they still do. And there's a lot of that in this movie.
Oh my gosh.
But the way that the action is shot, the way, I mean, I just think it was superb, the way that the action scenes were shot and thought out. I enjoyed that aspect.
Well, we laughed to each other at the opening sequence, which was a car chase. All right, what else? It's a spy thriller, and but they had some of the wildest chasing, including the one where he's going along on the door.
Yes.
I'm going, my gosh, what is going on here? But then we commented that it pushes their imagination because there are so many imaginative car chases in this genre.
That's true.
That to get one that gets our attention and has us laugh to each other about it, this is pretty good stuff.
Yes, when he flipped himself back up into the car, which when you see it, that was a really creative, I thought. It could never ever happen probably in real life, but the way he got out of that situation was very interesting. I don't want to give everything away.
No, of course not. And I love the mechanical dogs.
Yes, the robotics in this movie were very entertaining.
This actually, you're right. The CGI is quite good.
It is good.
The director Matthew Vaughn is well known for this kind of thing. In the previous iteration of this, he established himself as an ingenious director of this type of film, and he has Colin Firth back again as Harry. Revived. Because if we have any of the Kingsman devotees out there, they know this guy got obliterated in the last one.
Yes.
But believe me, anything goes. So he's back, including the cutest new lead, whose name is Taron Egerton.
Yes.
As Eggsy.
What kind of name is Eggsy? I thought, wow.
You know, I think it's that Brit side of it. You know, they would have a Z something for somebody's name when they're trying to be really cute, giving that person a name. So they give him the stupid Eggsy.
As the main character.
As the main character. But he's great because he's a working class kid.
Yes.
Yeah, and that kind of very nicely with the more upper crust Colin Firth character.
Yes.
It's a nice combination of the two.
I think so, and who just happens to be dating a princess, by the way.
Oh,
so I found that very interesting.
That's right. And, you know, what was it, again, I guess it's plot points because there's nothing thematic, except maybe we might come to it in a minute. But when he's having dinner with her parents, and the parent is, what, a king or something?
Yes, the king and queen.
Right? And he's giving all these smart answers. We forget. It's just an earpiece where he has his partner feeding it through a computer.
Yes.
He gives answers to these arcane, unbelievable pieces of information. So,
yeah, that part was really cute.
Now, here's a question for you, and I think you know where I'm coming from. Beyond the chase, they hook up with a group in America, a similar group. Mm-hmm. So they're fighting after the bad lady.
Yes. Which is Poppy Adams.
Poppy Adams played
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, how about that?
She, you know, I thought she did a fantastic job. Now I know that some critics have panned her, but I thought she did a great job as a villain.
She was wonderful. Mostly her setup, that retro diner that's in Cambodia.
Yes.
You know, and she is the queen of that. And I think Julianne Moore is having more fun than anybody else in that movie.
It seems like it.
Thematically, or let's go back just a little bit. What's driving all this espionage? What is it that everybody's looking for, or what's driving all the bad stuff here?
The drug sales.
Okay.
Yes.
And in what way?
Well, she is the head of a drug cartel. Poppy Adams, played by Julianne Moore, is the head of a drug cartel, and she wants to dominate. She wants to take over the world. She's mad because she's out in Cambodia, and she can't legally sell her drugs in the U.S. So she's mad about that, and basically the whole plot is her scheming to be able to sell drugs legally.
Yes, isn't that fascinating?
It is. It's very interesting.
To me, it's so counterintuitive in the sense that we're trying to stop illegal drug sales. So and there have been people, for instance, in the case of marijuana, where they want to legalize it.
Yes.
So it has the same ring to it, and you're saying, well, what's so bad about this? We'll control substances better. And yet, at the same time, she has figured out a way of becoming enormously wealthy.
Yes.
And she's conning the President of the United States.
Yes, which is an interesting character in this movie.
Yeah.
I'll let the people judge that for themselves.
Give me a little. I think that's a good point.
The president ends up being a bit of a bad guy in this movie. I don't want to give everything away, but he ends up being not someone you would like.
And she is negotiating with him.
Yes.
And ostensibly to save the millions of people who have been infected.
Yes.
And this is what I like, Crystal. I like the fact that, yes, there are people out there on heroin who have been infected in the real world.
Yes.
And so here she has infected them, and she is holding the antidote and holding us hostage.
Yes. So that she can sell drugs legally.
So that she can sell drugs legally. I mean, I think there's something actually good about this bad.
I agree with you.
And for those who like the political angle, I suspect Bruce Greenwood's president is more George Bush than Donald Trump.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that statement.
He's hot-headed.
Yes.
He's ready to go. He's ready to do battle with this drug queen. This is really just a whole bunch of fun. So what else can we tell our audience that would give them a reason to go seeing Huntsman, The Golden Circle?
Oh, let's see. Wow. It had a great cast of characters. The other agents.
Thank you. Yes. And I suspect if we have another iteration, a third, we're going to see more of them.
Yes.
And let's catalog some of these people. We've already mentioned Julianne Moore, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, a favorite of mine, plays the techie Merlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's good. He's been in a lot of movies, and I think he's his best at this one. We have. Oh, let me see who else. Oh, do we have any prominent pop culture celebrity appearing in this movie?
Oh, yes.
tell him.
You name him.
Tell him. Elton John appears. Actually, I think some of his songs form a background of the latter part of the film.
Yeah, and he played an interesting role in this, too, because at times he helped save some of the agents. I'll put it that way. I thought he did a great job in this. I mean, he was playing himself, so It's kind of hard to go wrong with that. But I thought that he did a good job in this movie.
You have to go just to see his costume.
Yes.
And is "The Bitch Is Back"? Is that his song?
Yes.
All right. And,
yes.
And that was playing on the marquee.
Yes.
And I think maybe playing there. So Elton John, although relying a little too heavily on the F word, I think.
Yes.
So, but anyway, the audience was delighted
and
to
the
see
film
it.
does get raunchy, quite raunchy and smutty at times. I will say that.
Crystal, you bring up one of my criticisms of the film. The way in which they insert the GPS in that girl.
Yes, I totally
Don't
agree
you
with
think that was? I mean, I'll accept almost anything.
Yes.
I thought this was really out of sync.
It didn't need to be in there that way.
I don't think so.
And yeah, it was insulting, I think.
I think you're right, and that's where Vaughn went too far.
I agree.
And it's so funny because you would say, well, anything goes in this type of movie, but not that.
not
was
that.
not the way. Anyway, people will see it, and it's a sure good reason not for bringing young kids.
It is at times disturbingly violent. I'll put it that
Oh
way.
my gosh! Yeah.
So
It
be
is.
prepared for that.
I wanted to mention some of the other almost cameo. I say it because they have so little time on here. Channing Tatum as Tequila.
Oh, right there, that ladies, that's a big reason to go see the movie for me, Channing Tatum.
Oh, it is great. He's in one case he's the cowboy.
Yes.
And in the other case he dresses up in the Savile Row suit.
Yeah.
Looking very
With
good.
his bowler hat.
Right, yeah. And Halle Berry.
Yeah, I was surprised. Before I went to see the movie, I'm embarrassed to admit this, I didn't know Halle Berry was in it. And I'm like, oh, there's Halle Berry. So that was a nice surprise. I thought she did a good job.
A dweeby part.
Yes.
Not the glamorous chick that we usually see. And I'll end up by saying, whenever he's in a film, I'm a happy person, and that's Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
He plays the head of the big conglomerate.
Champagne.
Yes.
Champ for short.
Champ for sure, right. His lisp is getting even worse, but it's better than anything when you see Jeff Bridges here at the head of the table as the CEO.
Exactly.
Oh, Crystal Davis, I'm exhausted. I think we need to give this film, which is called Kingsman, The Golden Circle, a grade. Crystal, what grade would you award it?
You're probably going to be surprised by my grade.
Uh-oh.
I give it an A.
All right.
Even with some of the things that I found a little bit offensive and maybe over the top violent.
Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed the movie.
Well, I'm right behind you with a B, but between us, that's a B plus, and a good reason to see in this kind of low time of year for movies. A good reason to go out and enjoy yourself. Be confused.
Yes.
And maybe a little uplifted by the anti-drug message.
I agree, and the end was nice too.
Yes, it was. Yeah.